Hey y'all, it's December 18, which means we're reading in Luke 18. We are reading the account of the rich young ruler and his interaction with Jesus. So just to kind of paraphrase how it went and everything, he comes up to Jesus and he asks him, what should I do to have eternal life? And Jesus tells him all these commandments that he needs to follow, and he tells him, well, I did all of that. And Jesus tells him, but there's still one thing you lack. You need to sell everything you own. You need to follow me. And that's when the rich ruler became very saddened, because he apparently was very rich and his riches meant a great deal to him, and so he didn't want to sell them. He didn't want to get rid of his possessions, and so sadly enough he chose them over Christ, and he didn't follow Jesus. He didn't inherit eternal life like he was asking God or Jesus how he was able to do that. How can I inherit eternal life? Jesus tells him, and then he just was too sad, and he just couldn't follow through with it. And it kind of just reminded me of back in chapter 16, where the verse says that we cannot serve God and wealth. And this is kind of a clear example as to why, because one or the other is going to be your God. You can't serve both. And in the commentary that I was reading this morning, David Guzik, once again, I want to quote something that he said because I thought it was very interesting. We usually only think of poverty as a problem. Jesus told us that riches may present a much more serious problem. And in these verses here, Jesus tells him one thing you still lack. And it wasn't just that he lacked eternal life. It was the fact that he lacked putting God first and foremost in his life. It was the fact that he was not sold out for Christ, that he was not willing to follow him no matter the cost. To him, his riches was just, they were too valuable. They were his God. And they were also his undoing, I suppose. And so in the end, even though he was a rich young ruler, he truly was extremely poor. So, as always, go read the chapter for yourself and have a good day.